Well, forgot to talk about our foam core. Ta-da! Well, you know me. If I see something along the way, I'm going to stop, talk about it, pick up that thing and talk about it. Now, one other thing. You know, we see a roll of masking tape, and already we've changed our backdrop. We got a little bit more inventive. Yeah, couldn't we get a little bit more inventive with our masking tape? Well, let's talk about that for just a second. Here's a dichroic dish that I had made. Yes, there's all kinds of things you can do to disguise, and this would do some really cool stuff if I could tuck a light under it where it creates that underglow under it. So don't be limited in thinking, geez, are we going to get anywhere beyond roll masking tape? That's just to serve as our temporary model. That's where we go logical. Logical wants to build facts, figures, and science. This is logic. Why is it logic? We can replicate it. We can weigh it. We can price it, yada, yada. Once we build the model, the logical model, no matter how silly it appears, if it's duct tape, wire, whatever, the theoretical mind, the inventive aspect arrives, and we modify it as long as we're in agreement. If we're not, this is where arguments happen. I'm totally open and porous to other people's perceptions and ideas, and hopefully we're on the same page. But I come from a theoretical mind. I'm the inventive solution mind. A lot of people are the logical mind. They add things up, they calibrate. We both need each other. We just got to recognize how and why. This would be kind of fun if we drilled a hole at the top. I don't want to ruin this piece, because it's real pretty, especially with that crackle effect. That's what happens with the borosilicate when you fire polish it or slump it. You get this beautiful crackle. See how we're already doing sidetracks? I'm good for it. So in the same way we can embellish our backdrop with all kinds of different canvases, of course we can do other things. You could even paint lines on it, or foils, or cut out strips of really magical stuff, ribbons and things, and tie them around there for your model, for your set. And if it looks believable to you as you turn the lights back off and set your model back up, if it looks believable to you, you're the only one you need to convince. Totally be at home with your own art. Don't worry about what we think. We want to see what you see. So let's see. Let me stick that underneath there. I'm going to set my camera down for just a second. How am I going to arrive at that, you might ask? I'm going to stick a light under it, and then I got to come back out. You're going to get used to this, and what really makes these LEDs, these wire LEDs, these cheesy wire LEDs, really good, here we are being not on the focused. So I'm going to set it up. But the thing about these cheap LEDs is you can model with them. Oh, it did send us up a nice little glow. Check it out. And see, more ideas are birthed and born. This is the theoretical mind that says, if we do this, maybe this will happen. That's theory. Theory's conjecturing, hypothesis, inventing. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, I'm seeing some things. And the clarity in my screen on my camera perhaps is different than your monitor. So what I'm seeing is absolutely beautiful. It's stunning, actually. Wow. So you can see, and also you're seeing the masking tape. No one knows that in your modeling, or you're going to block out your center so that no one knows it's a roll of anything. It's just a thing. But without me telling you it's a roll of masking tape, you see how it's embedded in our design. It looks like a smile. It looks like an eye and a smile. Kind of looks kind of silly. And if I get the idea it's a smile, then you're going to want to jump on that, create some stripes or some abstract to get me off of that page if that upsets you and your inventiveness. So we got to look at these ideas. This is a beautiful backdrop. Look at these. Look at these lines in there and the depth of that. That's just absolutely beautiful. For me, even being colorblind, I'm having a full-blown experience. I don't know what it is. Couldn't even tell you. But I'm feeling it. I'm an adaptive person in that you wound me one place, I'm going to perhaps go to another, magnify it. You know the story. Many people have lost their senses through accidents, birth, disease, and other things, trauma too, can shut down sensory. And then the adaptive nature of us is we will succeed if we don't have a hand or a leg or an eye or hearing or thus and thus. We adapt. That's just beautiful. And we never approached the idea of what I wanted to approach. So it turned out to be so fun. We're going to stop the video on this, and I promise we will walk into the cardboard. But this is the first time for me, so it's absolutely breathtaking for me because of what I see 9 videos ahead from now of what this can look like. So I have to stop myself right here before I elaborate on this and lose my train of thought. The next video, as promised, opening it up. In fact, I'm even going to turn the light on. Isn't that cool? And see our little square off to the side, our little junk that we would typically have thrown away. Don't be throwing it away. In fact, you might be looking for stars and sickles and perfectly die-cut things that you can put out here and embellish your field. Again, if you're into this thing for photographic purposes, you're going to start collecting things. Little seeds, little teeny pine cones, whatever this feeling that you're trying to create, whatever this emotion that's coming over you through this eye-blend candy, or dimensionality, or mirrors reflecting mirrors, self-transformation, all those concepts, there's nothing funny. As long as this is your journey and you're arriving at benefit, don't let anybody else change that. Become sovereign. Even in my tough journey, I have to look for little things along the way that are my own little safety straps or things, and I'm not sure I want to tell everybody, but in my journey, often I do, hoping that you can relate. It's really emotional times in our world today. Never thought I'd talk this way, be this way, or even resemble this way. But what a golden age we live in, opportunistic and inventive. I've never been this inventive in my life, as things that just keep pouring into me, even within minutes of doing the video. So, as we dismantle this video, or the pyramid, and take our pieces off and set them aside, because, as I promised, God, that's beautiful. I have to get a price on making these bowls for folks, but got to have 2 thicknesses. This is 060, and the other one is, I forget what thickness. So there's a reason why we want foam core. We're going to talk about that. We're going to open like this. Bye-bye.